Hello everyone, welcome to our Accounting 312. In this video, I want to talk about some plans for the rest of our semester. I think I emailed you my plan, but I really miss my students. I don't know whether you miss me, yes or no. I heard some students emailed me that they start missing the school. So today, I put our SIUE shirt. I want to show my face to you. It's 4:49 on Thursday. Uh, so if you think, hey, she's talking nonsense, that's because I'm still sleepy. But I said I need to get up. I need to talk with my students. I want them to see my face. Then no matter they like it, yes, I know, but I want them to see my face. And then just to use the Zoom to give you more ideas about the plan of our rest of the semester. Um, so I'm doing fine. I hope you and your family are also doing fine. Um, I don't want to be too emotional, so let's get started. Because when I start meeting my students, I may cry. So let's get started about my plan with the rest of the semester. Okay. So far we have been basically just using the Blackboard and the email. The new thing I think is I started moving the assignment to the online format. I hope you like it. So if you have any opinion, just let me know. Personally, I think it really helps both of us. For you, you have unlimited time to earn the points, and then for me, it just grades your assignment for me. One thing I have to admit is that when I put a case, there were at least two, three questions. I think I put the wrong case. Some students emailed me, so I really appreciate that you email me and then let me know my mistake. I apologize if the answer confused you. So as I keep saying, just always email me whenever you feel something is weird, right? So um, most likely it can be my fault. Um, okay, so let's go to our blackboard. Let's go to our blackboard. I make myself a little bit smaller. I don't want to see myself honestly. Okay. So I'm in the blackboard, I know we have two sections. So if you are in the evening class, everything will be the same now because we have the same schedule. Um, so I go to the coursework. We finished the chapter 14 basically in class together. I'm very glad we finished that heavy chapter, right? We finished that heavy chapter. So for chapter 14, you should know the problem, right? I still have some of the students, I believe before the spring break, some students, we did the in-class practice, and then some of you turned in your work, emailed me or turned in your work. Um, I thought I can return your work with my notes, but given this situation, my plan is I will scan your work and then just email that to you. So most of you check your answer with me, and then I also posted the solution to the Blackboard. So if you still have any issue with the problem, if you still want to use the formula of AAA to all the way to BBB, the only thing I want to point it out is make sure the first variable is always the total units. So we practice that one in the multiple choice format, right? I told you to find out the bad guy. Talking about that assignment, I want to make a deal with you. I think I'm a bad professor first. I have to admit that. When we did that assignments, actually we had two assignments during the spring break, right? One is you finish all the multiple choice in the chapter 14, the handout. Second is you found out the wrong question. Then I emailed you, said, hey, email me your work since we cannot see each other. I believe all of you emailed me your work, And then when I read your emails, I actually looked at it. I feel most of you got the right answer. So if you do not mind, I want to make a deal with you. Is that okay that I just put everybody 5 out of 5 and 5 out of 5? I just have too many emails. It's I can still go back to my email individually and then figure out your proper points. But I just want to ask first here in the video, if you do not mind, is that okay? I just put 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, and I let you check your work with my note. So if you can do that favor with me, I really appreciate that. I even thought, hey, maybe I should give my students, everybody, one one bonus again, just to thank you for working with me. But if you say, hey, professor, I don't like that, I really want you to look at my work. That's fine, that's fine. Just email me. I promise you, I will read your work carefully, and then if you have any mistake, I definitely will let you know. But if you are fine with the deal, then I'll just go ahead and put a point there, and then the bonus there. Okay, but don't tell other people. Okay, so chapter 14, basically we finished everything. Just want to double check. As I say, I will post the completed note, right? Completed note to the Blackboard. So as I said, problem. So talking about that, I want to also give you some idea about the second exam. Uh, since we cannot see each other, so second exam will be online. I think it's very likely like your assignment, I just create an online test in the Blackboard, and then 75% will be multiple choice, then 25% will be the problem, as I very similar with the one we have been practicing. Um, for now, today is when I make the video, it's just March 26th in the morning. Um, Now my plan is very likely we will have open book because I cannot go to your place to watch you, right? So I trust my students, so I think open book is fair. I don't know about your other courses. So let me know if you have any concerns that, hey, I don't want to have an open book exam. Then we can talk about what we should do. Whenever the student or professor said, hey, open book, I was always happy. But then later I realized sometimes open book can be a little bit harder because definitely the professor will not give you a question that you can find from your textbook directly, right? I really can now just ask you, hey, sorry, I don't have any idea now. It's still too early. But just to be prepared, the open book doesn't mean you do not need to prepare. You still need to prepare, and then very commonly, when you have an open book, most likely the professor will give you kind of a shortened time. Um, I think it makes sense. So open book doesn't mean that you don't do anything and you just wait until the exam day. Then you go to read the textbook. Open book doesn't mean we give you time to read the textbook. Open book just mean, hey, you have just extra tools. You are still expected to know most of the things. So you cannot say, oh, I remember it's somewhere. You cannot do that. You should still have a clear idea where you can find the material. So most likely open book, I may give you a little bit short time. I haven't decided what to do. But we still have a problem. Um, I don't know how to put a problem in the Blackboard. So one possible way, because I still want to see your steps. I believe since it's open book, it's very similar with the chapter 14, the practice. I expect, I hope, I believe most of you will get 25 out of 25. But just in case some of you miss a little bit, I still want to see your steps to give you partial credit. So currently, the way I think is I create assignment And then first I create a folder. So in the folder, first part is multiple choice. So you open it, you just do it as what you are supposed to do for the each chapter, the assignment. Second part will be how to say that, kind of assignment, and then you have to download the question. You either print it, you don't need to print it, you can just do it, put it on the screen, and you, as long as you have a paper, you have a pencil, you work on the way, and then you take a picture. I will also share some of the free, convert to PDF app, or you can just take a picture and then you submit your work to the Blackboard, to that folder, and then I download it. So if you got 25 or 25, I have no issue. If you miss some part, then I can put my notes there, so you can get partial credit. Here, it's just my thinking. So help me if you have a better idea. Okay, so now we go back to our chapter 14. I've been talking too much. I'm not going to repeat chapter 14. I just want to tell you, I will post the completed note to the Blackboard, so you check your assignment. Remember, I may not grade your assignment, so make sure you really check your work, check your answer with that note. And then if you see any mistake, make sure you ask me, you correct yourself, so you can get the points. And then most importantly is you get the concept. I think I'm done with the chapter 14, all the videos. As you know, for chapter 14, 13, and 12, each chapter I give you more practice, right? I believe I talked about this in class. It's not required. It's not required, but I strongly suggest you to try to work on these questions. And then for each one, you can see the note there. I think for each one, the Word file give you the solution, but I also posted my steps in the Blackboard. As we talking, those 3 chapters, a lot of them they from textbook, so I just give you textbook pages there. I show you some of them work here. Okay, so chapter 14, and then we practice the similar we practiced the problem 27, 28. I think I put it here as the sample question there. Okay, so I posted the wrong question. We are chapter 14. I don't really have too many things to share with you. We basically did it properly in class. Chapter 13 is the first chapter. We started learning from using the online format, right? So chapter 13, I don't want to say too much, but make sure you know the background, basically talking about pricing. Make sure you know the first one, market-based approach. So all you need to do is you can only control the cost. And then the last thing is cost plus approach. So basically you have the cost, you have the plus, you get your selling price. The way I will do it from this chapter on, some students, so the way I did is that I make some videos, pure lecture, no practice, no problem to practice. And then I give you the Blackboard assignment. So some students, I have to admit, I have to say some questions can be hard, especially if you just watch the video and I didn't practice any question with you, then the concept is kind of easy. I feel for chapter 13, concept is kind of easy. But if you already did, sorry, I kind of distracted by something. So if you already did the assignment, you will notice that some of the problem in the assignment can be a little bit hard. So do not cry. The way I want to do is, I posted a lecture, you try your best, you really try your best to work on the problem, so you really can understand the concept. I don't want to give you lecture and then just give you the answer to the assignment, and then let you do assignment. Really doesn't make a lot of I don't really think that helps you a lot. Uh, so so the way is I post the lecture video, you do the assignment on the Blackboard, and I keep saying try your best. So if you spend more than 1 hour on one specific question, do not do that. You spend 30 minutes, you still cannot figure it out, email me, okay? Email me. I do not expect you to get 100% immediately. So as long as you put your effort, you say, hey, professor, I really do not know how to go to the next step. Email me, always email me. Do not spend more than 1 hour on one specific question. So once you finish your part, once you finish the your assignment part, right? And then you have a better idea with the concept, with the work, I will make it available. So you can say it's already in the Blackboard. It's just still not available. So once we remember your assignment is still, I remember it's kind of like March 30th, right? March 30th. So don't wait until last minute. The midnight can be confusing. Do not wait until last minute. So once everyone turn in their work, I will make this solution available. That's what my first thing will do. Second thing is I will also make a short video, and then I show you in the video, I work each question with you, kind of to give you more idea how I will solve this question. And then if I think some questions are very interesting, I make, as in the classroom, remember when we do some practice in classroom, I sometimes give you some idea, hey, this is important. Hey, I will twist this a little bit to put in the exam. So when I work on this question, I make a video, I will do the same thing. I point out, hey, this is important. When I work on this, I may tell you, hey, this test cost diffusion strategy, maybe in your exam, I will post to cost leadership strategy. So give you some ideas still there after you turn in your work. So you will never lose important information just because I put online. Doesn't mean I'm not going to give you my steps. If you still think that's helpful. Oh goodness, I feel I'm going to fall asleep. Sorry. Hope you don't fall asleep. I know the video may be kind of boring. Chapter 13 still the same. I give you more practice with the K. I give you more practice note with my work, so that's all about chapter 13. I made some old videos. You don't need to worry about that. You cannot say anyway. So you just need to know video 1 talking about general idea. Video 2 talk about market based, and then video 3 we talk about cost plus, right? I think you still can see those 2 assignments. So make sure you work on those things. Sorry, last one. I promise you we'll be quick. We finish this video 3-5 minutes. Chapter 12. So chapter 12, the same PowerPoint and then Blackboard, and then you also have this. You only have one video for chapter 12. Chapter 12 basically 2 things. First part is just the background. Second part, you mainly need to know balance the scorecard, right? So you have your assignment there. I don't want to say too much. The only thing I want to point out, I just use this one. So chapter 12, you also have the more practice. But if you look at my note, you can say the original note, I have more questions there because I used to give them a harder material, but here, this semester is very unique. I want to put the word unique. I want to work with my students. So I said, hey, what's the point of pushing my students so hard, right? We focus on the main thing, balanced scorecard, that's enough. So what I'm trying to say is, it's based on the order. So all you need to know, your question will be just exactly the question covering balanced scorecard. What I'm trying to say is my note, my note has more material. So I think if you read my note, you just need to stop on page 7. You don't need to know anything after page 7. I don't want you to be confused that hey, well, the note has more questions. Okay. What else? Last thing. Group project 2, I already made a video. I will post the video to the Blackboard. I want to be honest with you. I personally think group project 2 definitely is much easier than the first group project. The purpose is I keep saying you cannot really discuss with you cannot really say your group members. I know you still can email each other or call with each other, but I tried my best to make your group project to as easy as it can be. I basically give you the answer. So I will post my video to the Blackboard. I have the first video talking about the chapter 10, regression analysis PowerPoint. I have the second video and third video, I believe, going through each step of your group project. So if as long as you watch the video, you do everything in the Blackboard, I personally think you should at least get 30 out of 35. And then for the first group project, Tableau, I'm not going to push you, but if you want me to look at it, feel free to email me. I cannot say you, but I'm still here. I'm still here. I will put my notes and then scan it and then email you back. Okay, so I think we just have one really important chapter until we finish this hard semester. So once we finish your exam 2, next week will be kind of you work on your group project 2, I believe, and then you prepare for your second exam. I do not really have much to give you. I think we just have 3 chapters. Chapter 14, you already know the problem. Chapter 13, chapter 12, basically I shorted it. So I don't really think I will give you any extra material. But once I finish putting everything in order, I give you kind of a general idea, the point allocation, and then give you final decision about how do we work on the multiple choice, how do we work on the problem. So once we finish that part, we really just need to focus on this one chapter. We really need to focus on chapter 21. We still have one little bit about chapter 24, chapter 23. I promise you, you will finish that part in 30 minutes. Okay, and then that's all for the whole semester. That's also all for this long video. Want to say it one more time. I miss my students, and take care of yourself. You're healthy, and then your safety is always my first priority. And email me, I'm always here. Email me. Some of you, if you graduate this semester, I may not be able to see you around, but always email me whenever you have any question. And then if you want to join the office hour later, just say hi, just to practice. That's cool. If you say, hey, I'm shy, I don't want to talk to you, that's also understandable. Thank you. Bye.